Good morning, Lieutenants. Welcome back to Star Trek Online. I'm currently at the Starfleet Academy to speak to Lieutenant Fiera, because I have to pick up some duty officers. We're now at Lieutenant Commander rank 11, so we now can use the duty officers. We'll go and speak to Lieutenant Fiera, see what we pick up. Additional duty officers are now available. Okay, we get a whole bunch of duty officers. Get a whole shitload of them. Duty officers are junior members of your crew that you can put on active roster or send on assignments. Placing a duty officer on your active roster will provide bonuses to various abilities. An ability's description text will update with any enhancement provided by a duty officer. Duty officers may also be sent on assignments. Assignments can take an amount of real time to complete while you engage in other tasks. Placing higher quality duty officers onto an assignment will improve the chance for success. Completed assignments can garner you skill points, energy credits, items, buffs, commendation experience, and other rewards. Okay, also dilithium crystals. Okay, we won't bother with any of this. But you can come here and update your commendation records and learn a little bit more about duty officers. Doesn't look like we can buy one though. Go down the list here, see if we can buy a duty officer. I doubt it. We were just given a bunch. Okay. And I'm gonna get a new officer if I report to Starfleet. New officer will be joining your crew. I get a Tellarite engineering officer, a Vulcan science officer, or a Tellarite tactical. I need another engineering officer. And his space abilities increase weapon power level, damage crew and subsystems, an aceton beam 3. Okay, we need an engineering officer, so we'll collect that. Greetings, Captain. My name is Card. There is no room on the USS Connector for new bridge officers. Wonder why that is. Okay, I'm going to get rid of Coles. He's a tactical officer. I don't need him. And I'll promote the new guy. Commission the new duty officer. How may I help you today, sir? I would be honored to join your crew at this time, Captain. Okay, now he's in my... What is this? Starship Ensign Engineering Station. Okay. Okay, I can pick a new active trait for my character. Let's see what we got here. Something fun and interesting. Techie increases hull repair, heal, and regeneration. Let's go with that one. Okay. Now we will go into our duty officers, and you'll see you have a roster here, and it shows all your duty officers. So you go through and pick 5 for active space and 5 for active ground officers, and they'll give you, like here, Sheller Coon, chance to reduce the time to recharge when using subsystem targeting attacks. Okay, when using chance to reduce the time to recharge torpedoes. So we'll take Sheller Coon, put him on active space duty. Okay. Sinta Inzar, recharge time reduced for engineering team and buff. Put on active duty. Sheila Stanton, chance to reduce recharge time for deflector abilities. Don't have a lot of space abilities put in here right now. Okay, debuff targets offensive damage for sensor scan. And now one more. Oh, he's already on active duty. Don't see too many space. Projectile weapon, energy. Now we have to choose 5 ground abilities. Chance to beam down an additional security escort when using security team. Chance to beam in an additional phaser, disruptor, or plasma turret. Chance to beam in an additional support drone. Chance to increase range damage with equipment. Chance reduces recharge time for combat supply. Okay, we've used up 10 now. And now what you do is you go to Overview, and it still have 20 open slots. Find assignment. And then it'll show you on your current map your personal assignments you can do, your department head assignments. So on your current map, you just go through at first. You don't have to be too picky on them because they either do them or they won't. Like that one, it won't. And you go down the list until you get as many as you can. It'll be hit and miss at the beginning. As you go along, you'll get more duty officers, better duty officers, and you'll be able to do more missions. And the reason we do this is because it just gives you a lot of free rewards and free dilithium and turrets and fun things like that. There's not much available down here at Starfleet. Probably not going to be a lot to do until we get up into sector space. There's usually a lot more to do down there, or up there. Okay, now we'll just beam up to the ship. I think that's everything. Okay, we're now ready for our next mission. We'll hail Starfleet. See where we are on the Klingon War here. Hail, Skirmish. An unexpected enemy returns when your ship is called to battle in the neutral zone. Alright. Franklin Drake. He is Starfleet Intelligence. We have reports of a true-wave fleet entering the neutral zone and picking a fight with the Klingons near the Donato system. Having two of our enemies fight is good for the Federation, but I want to know why the true-wave is so far out of their territory. Intercept them and deal with them. If you need to engage the Klingons as well, do so. A Starfleet task force has already been sent to the area. You'll need to join them in the Donato system as soon as possible. Go to the Donato system. Okay. And we'll get a subspace field modulator and a phase-shifted personal shield. Okay. Sounds good. Donato system. Hopefully it's not too far. Man, I love this. Look at that ship. We'll get a new ship when we hit commander rank, which is a long way off, so we'll get to play with this ship for a little while at least, which is my favorite ship. Wow, this is a long way away. How far do we have to go? Wow, we have a long way to go. At the beginning of the game, your warp speed is very slow. You do increase your warp speed as you get better engines. My warp speed now, we'll check it out, is warp 6.07. Better ships can go up to warp 10, and then you'll get slipstream at admiral level, slipstream drive. And you open up more transwarp conduits as you go along to also, and then it's faster to whip around the galaxy.
On the front lines of the Klingon Federation war, brave captains from both sides battle to defend their homes and gain advantages for their faction. Each death has meaning. Every victory can turn the tide. These are the conflicts that will determine the fate of the quadrant.
All right, Spock tells it like it is. I'm gonna miss him now that he's dead. He was a great actor. Oops, I overshot it. Let's go back here a little bit. There we go. Donato 5. Donato is located on the edge of the Beta Quadrant at the border between Klingon and Federation space. The system boasts 5 worlds, of which Donato 5 is the class M. Donato has thus been the site of many clashes between the two galactic powers stretching as far back as the 23rd century. Captain, I'm picking up multiple hostile contacts, both Klingon and True Wave. I can understand the Klingons being here. They've been trying to claim the system for months. But why the True Wave? We don't need Cardassian space. They have no reason to be here. They refuse to respond to our hails. We may have to board the ship to get the answers. maybe I should turn down my settings a little bit. That might help. Never seen it this laggy before. What the hell's going on? Get out of battle here and see if we can do something about this lag. I might have to shut it down and come back and play it later. I've never seen it like this before. What the hell? Well, that lag didn't help me. It wouldn't let me go into settings while I was still in battle, so I purposely had myself defeated just so I could get into the settings. Hopefully it'll work now. Sliders, obviously I've got the graphics detail way too high. Also, render quality way too high. Never seen it this laggy or this crappy quality before. Might have to come back and get out of this mission and come back and play it again. Sorry about that, tenants. I think I'm going to leave this mission at this point and restart the computer, restart my internet, and see if it works any better. And if it does, we'll continue. If it doesn't, I'll just wait until it's not lagging so much. This happens in this game. It's not very often, but it does happen. out of there. Down to 10% hull. Didn't notice that. So, emergency powered shields. Ah, I had my power settings wrong. I had it on speed instead of attack. Shit. Oh. Heal up a little bit and head back in. Now I got my power settings better. Yeah, it felt like my weapons weren't landing any good punches.
Warning, ship is under attack.
The Kardashian flagship, the Axon, has been disabled, sir. Her warp core is stable for now. Recommend we get a closer look. The away team is standing by, sir. We can leave on your orders. Beam to the Axon. Gonna double check to make sure my new bridge crew member is stocked up. Shite. Okay, give him some body armor. Give him some shields. Give him a weapon. Give him a triple. Wow, that was the laggiest I'd seen it in a long time. Usually on update day it's that bad. Captain, the Cardassian security teams are already starting to move in our position. We should expect heavy resistance. Personal shield Mark III. I think we can use that. Okay, she's good to go now. Oh, there goes the server again. Disable security force field. That should take care of all the security measures between us and the bridge. I don't expect Cardassians to give up that easily, though. They will probably send more security teams to intercept us. Man, I've never seen so many server issues in my life.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Captain, did you see that? No, I didn't. The server was screwing up. Looked pretty weird though. Captain, what were those things? Sir, this Cardassian doesn't have any wounds on him, but my readings showed that he was dead before we entered this room. I recommend that we find a med kit and perform an examination of the corpse. We need to know more about what happened to him. If he was attacked by those creatures, we need to be cautious. Any contact may be lethal. There it was again. Is there something wrong with the environmentals on this ship? Patient 874512. Patient admitted complaining of extreme nausea and fatigue. Preliminary exams inconclusive. Patient held for overnight observation, during which condition worsened. Patient died at 23:52 hours. Quarantine protocols put in place by CMO's orders. And a level 8 force field is in use to prevent the spread of the unknown, possibly infectious agent. Force field may not be disabled without command level voice authorization. An autopsy on the patient was conducted using a laser scalpel to open the chest cavity. All organs were intact and showed no signs of trauma or infection, which would explain the patient's demise. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Patient 962456. Patient admitted complaining of pain and inability to concentrate on assigned duties. Patient was treated with hydrocodone and told to rest. Psychological evaluation was scheduled. Patient returned several hours later saying that neither the medication nor the rest had helped. Patient was treated with a larger dose of hydrocodone and admitted to sick bay for observation. During this period, patient fell unconscious and was unable to be revived. An autopsy was conducted using a Neuralite probe to obtain a sample of brain tissue. Examination of the neural tissue did not show any signs of infection or trauma that would result in headaches or fatality. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Patient 904651. Patient admitted with severe lacerations suffered while working in engineering. The wound was closed with an auto suture and the patient was released with instructions to refrain from active duty and to return for another examination in 24 hours. Patient returned as instructed, complaining of headache, elevated body temperature and nausea. White cell count was elevated and preliminary analysis showed signs of a systematic infection resulting from contamination of wound site. Patient was held in sick bay for treatment and observation. However, infection spread rapidly and treatment with standard antibiotics was unsuccessful. A more rigorous treatment regime was formulated but also proved unsuccessful. Patient's vital functions cease. Cause of death: circulatory system failure resulting from sepsis. The patient's body has been prepared for transport back to Cardassia Prime. Sir, this Cardassian looks like he died from the same cause as the Cardassian we examined in the mess hall. We need to find a med kit to know more about what happened to them. All the medical equipment in this kit has been sterilized and ready for use. Let's see what the probe does. A Neuralite probe is a device that makes use of stabilized biological enzymes to cleave tissue samples from the brain or nervous system. The use of natural enzymes significantly lowers the trauma experienced by the patient and minimizes the amount of time necessary to recover from the procedure. Use the probe. Captain, that tool should give us a better insight into the cause of death of the Cardassian in the mess hall. We can use the Neuralite probe to obtain a sample of one of the Cardassian's brain tissue. We may be able to determine the cause of death. The Neuralite probe has determined that this individual died from a radical decrease in neural energy. It's almost as if he was drained by an outside source. All the brain's activity came to a complete stop as its energy was depleted. Sir, this is a great deal of interference being picked up by my tricorder, most likely the result of an energy residue from whatever was used to do this to the Cardassian. Perhaps we can track it down by following the energy trail. There is a science lab across the hall from the med bay. It should have access to the ship's internal sensors. Head to the science lab. Okay, we have a choice of what kind of energy to scan for, but by the looks of that blue shimmer, I would think maybe we look for triolic waves. Just to speed things up, but let's see what it says for here. Electroplasma energy is used by several known species as a means of transferring power from a central power source to outlying areas of a ship or outpost. Plasma serves as an efficient medium for maintaining a high state of energy even when moved over a great distance or allowed to sit unused for long periods of time. For this reason, energized electroplasma can be stored in plasma canisters for transport to still arrive in usable state. Scan for electroplasma. The scan is picking up high levels of electroplasma throughout the ship, but that's not surprising considering the Cardassians use poorly shielded EPS relays. There is no anonymous readings from the scan. Triolic waves are the result of a process called selective modular polarization, in which a substance is modified at a fundamental level to convert matter to energy. Triolic energy is not used by any known species because they are known to cause deterioration of living tissue. Scan for triolic waves. I'm picking up a large concentration of triolic waves centered around the ship's bridge, Captain. Triolic waves are harmful to humanoids. We will not be able to be in the area for long, and the Cardassians should be subject to the deleterious effects as well. They would not knowingly use triolic energy. I suggest we take a closer look. Whatever is causing the triolic waves probably is responsible for the deaths of the Cardassian in the mess hall. Captain, it's headed for the... Here we go.
Enemy
Gosh,
targets
there's a
on
lot of these
sensors.
guys. Temporal Agent Philip Gray. The Cardassians haven't really concerned themselves with the Iconians. Why would they? They still think the... Oh, we're in battle right now. Don't read this late.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Call for help. Help! Zarva, help me! There's no mistaking them now, Captain. Those were Davidians. What's curious, though, is that Davidians are out of phase with us. Normally we can't see them without a subspace force field turned in with an extremely sensitive phase discriminator. We didn't have that, so how are they appearing in our reality? I recommend checking the Axon's crew log entries. Maybe they were doing something that made it easier for the Davidians to exist here. Read Captain's log. Our mission goes well. The Axon has disabled or destroyed 7 enemy ships. I look forward to reporting our successes. Chief Medical Officer is concerned about casualties. It is his job to be concerned. Mine is to operate this ship at peak efficiency. I have read his report about unexplained deaths and dismissed it. There is always an explanation. He simply hasn't looked hard enough for it. I cannot let his failings disrupt our mission. Gul Madred is looking for men of purpose to assist him. He wants leaders with the will to use whatever means are necessary to free our people from the Federation tyranny. Read Chief Engineer's log. Repairs to the Axon go as expected, running low on deuteronium and warp coils. Wish there was more time between battles to do more than patch critical systems, but time is the most precious commodity there is. 4 crewmen down, 1 died in battle with Klingon forces, but 3 others died in accidents. I have spoken to the captain about launching an investigation, but he sees nothing but his dreams of glory and a return to conquest. Unusual spike in triolic wave energy may be affecting warp core efficiency. Must speak to Driolic and see if his sensor readings have turned up anything unusual. Letter from Madja arrives today. She and the children are well, but she worries about me. She wants me to leave the true way and return to Cardassia Prime. 6 months ago I would have ignored her pleas, but now I miss her and I see no end to this fighting. Perhaps she is right. Chief Engineer's log. Stardate 86790.08. My duties on a combat mission are limited, but I was pleased today to have a chance to scan the approaching Griffin's Comet. The comet itself has not been a focus of much critical scientific inquiry, and it last passed through this sector in the late 23rd century. My scans, however, reveal surprising amounts of triolic wave energy emitting from the comet, as well as detectable amounts of chronoton particles. The triolic waves will unfortunately prevent a closer study of the comet. They are quite harmful to humanoid life forms, and the captain is loath to jeopardize our mission just for my curiosity. I have requested the launch of a Class 1 probe. chronotons are of even greater interest. They appear in instances of temporal disturbances, which could mean that this comet has been or will be in the presence of a temporal event. Time mechanics are so cumbersome. I must have more data, but the captain has never had much interest in science. Perhaps I will remind him that the chronoton particles are harmful against the aliens who live in the Bajoran wormhole. A potential weapon to use against Bajoran gods may be enough interest to him to divert our course. Download Iconian data. The Cardassians haven't really concerned themselves with the Iconians. Why would they? They still think the Iconians are a dead race half a quadrant away from their homeland. If what your future self said is true, though, distance is no protection from the Iconians. Their gateways can appear anywhere at any time. Captain, we should return to the connector. I'm sure Starfleet Command would want to know that there are Davidians in the neutral zone. These battlegrounds are now their feeding grounds. Return to ship. So, it looks like the Davidians... Oh, these guys are real dicks, if I remember properly. In Star Trek, was the Next Generation. Franklin Drake. Are you sure that you found no sign of the Cardassians attempting to open a portal or otherwise bring the Davidians into our phase variants? This is troublesome. There are pieces to the puzzle I don't have yet. Let's do some digging and I'll be in touch. Okay, we get a subspace modulator, which gives us plus 34 all damage resistance rating for 15 seconds. Minus 400 proton resistance rating for 15 seconds, plus 15 defense for 15 seconds, which is a ship device, I believe. Or phase shifted personal shield Mark IV, very rare personal shield. It does plus 19 psionic damage resistance rating, plus 3.2 shield regeneration. Let's go with the subspace field modulator.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Click here to view your traits. These are your active traits. You can activate available traits from the list on the left.
At level 50, you gain the ability to pick 4 space passive abilities and 4 ground passive abilities from any reputation tier reached. Upon completing reputations, you will be able to slot 4 active abilities in the completed reputations. Reputation and species traits can be slotted and unslotted for free on any social or non-combat map. Okay, have to figure out what to do when that comes up. Spend some skill points. Fill in structural integrity. Starship shield systems. And weapons proficiency. Move that one up a bit. Okay, until next time, this has been my Let's Play of Star Trek Online, and have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.